I have one final written question, and then I'm going to come back to Alan Crosbie just to give his final question on this. This question is for Andrea. It's from Andy Leto in Monifif High School. My goodness, our questions have come from all over the country. Does the EIS see that the ACM offers an opportunity to look at the assessment in all its current formats for the future of upcoming cohorts of our young people across Scotland? I think I know the answer to that one. Andrea.
Yeah, you do, Susan, you do, absolutely. So the answer is definitely. So this for pragmatic reasons, but also philosophical reasons. So I'll deal with the pragmatic reasons first. I think that the experiences over the last 2 academic sessions have shown the vulnerability of our qualifications that are reliant on external exams to disruption of the kind that was caused by and continues to be caused by the pandemic. So for pragmatic reasons, I think that we need a rethink, but also for philosophical reasons, and this is something that the EIS has been focused on for a few years now. We've been talking about senior phase assessment and the gaps between what was intended for the senior phase of CFE and how it's been experienced by young people and by teachers. Where we've very much continued to, our schools by and large have very much continued to stick to the kind of 2+2+2 model of qualifications delivery that really originated from O-grade times, which was years and years ago. So we really need to support schools to move to to a different way of seeing the senior phase. I think currently in Scotland it's only 16% of schools who've been able to make a shift from annual patterns of presentation to 2-year exit qualifications, with all the benefits of sort of like curricular wider curricular experience that comes with that. From our point of view, we're very much sort of in agreement with the original design principles of CFE that there should be minimal formal assessment. Young people should only be formally assessed when that's absolutely required, in order to make time and space for breadth and depth and enjoyment of learning, and dare I say it, enjoyment of teaching as well. Because from our point of view, we see the I suppose the impact of this way of doing things most sharply on teachers who are having to deliver it year upon year. And not only are teachers concerned about their own well-being in delivering all of this, but they are very, very acutely concerned about the mental health of young people as well, and what the impacts of a system like this, one that is very heavily exam-based, are on young people. So that aim is very much reflected in the EIS manifesto. For those of you who haven't had a chance to look at it, I would recommend it to you. You've got one more day, or less than a day now, to give that some thought. And also within one of the motions actually that the Education Committee that Susan's convener of has put to the AGM is very much focused around education recovery and what we think the key components of that need to be. And we see one of those key components being a reform really of senior phase curriculum, senior phase assessment, and we've been asked to investigate and report on alternative possibilities to externally assessed qualifications as we experience them just now. But we have an interest not only in senior phase assessment and reforms to that, but also to assessment as it's currently designed within the broad general education. I mean, anybody who's been following the EIS kind of lines around SNSAs will know that we're not a fan, and that we wish for better for our young people within the BGE as well. And all of these pieces of the assessment jigsaw and the assessment puzzle really need to fit together much more seamlessly and align much more closely to the principles and ethics really of curriculum for excellence. So that was a really good question, and absolutely the EIS is committed to looking at this in earnest within the next year or so, and hopefully we'll be able to influence things for the better for our young people and indeed our teachers.
Thanks, Andrea. I see that Andy, the asker of that question, has his hand up, so I'm presuming it's a supplementary question, Andy, to that. I'm going to take it if it's quick, because we're approaching the end of the session and I've got one more question to do.
Thanks, Susan. Can you hear me?
Yes, we've got you.
Sorry, I'm on my phone, so that's why, and I'm down at 20%. So very quickly, I was just going to ask, because obviously SQA are there, and I've been heavily involved with SQA through art and design for a number of years now. But I just see, I know it's a very difficult time at the moment, but I'm kind of looking beyond the dark tunnel into the light, and I just see it as a very exciting time to transform a lot of our formal assessments and make equality and fairness far more the kind of the catchphrase or the watchwords. So I just wondered if Fiona had anything to add to that from an SQA perspective.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Yes, we do see it as being a really great opportunity for us going forward. Fiona?
Thanks, Andy. I mean, you'll have to forgive me for not getting into issues of policy at this particular moment. So I'm sorry for that, but I need to stick to the rules on these things for all the right reasons. But I think your point about the engagement that you have with us in art and design, and many of you will have had engagement with us on a range of issues, is that those rich discussions are really important to have. So I think that's and the engagement that the SQ has with many teachers across all the subjects year in, year out is such an important part of what we do and how we evolve and develop. So I think that's probably all I should say for now, but I understand the question. Thank you. Thanks, Andy.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for that, Andy, because it is a really key part to, as Andrea says, of the position of the EIS.